The city was slowly waking up. Early sunlight filtered through the tall oaks of Riverside Park, where joggers passed by and children played on worn swings. Amidst the bustle sat Samuel Carter, a graying man in his late 50s, wearing faded clothes and a weathered cap. He looked like just another homeless man trying to find peace in the noise of the city. But there was a quiet strength in his posture as he sat on a park bench, sipping coffee from a paper cup and feeding crumbs to a pigeon perched beside him. His sharp, observant eyes scanned the park, taking in every detail: the officers patrolling, the street vendors opening carts, and the hum of morning life. Samuel often came here before walking to the homeless shelter to speak with struggling veterans. Few knew that behind a ragged clothes and scruffy beard was the city's newly appointed police chief, undercover for a personal mission to understand the streets he swore to protect. Across the park, Officer Daniel Ricks, mid-30s, leaned against a patrol car, arms crossed. Known for his short temper and tendency to profile minorities and homeless people, Ricks had a reputation in the precinct, but no one had held him accountable yet. He spotted Samuel on the bench and frowned. Ricks, muttering, "Another bum. Bet he's got drugs or trouble written all over him." Ricks adjusted his belt and swaggered towards Samuel, his boots crunching on the gravel. "Ricks, hey, you there. What are you doing here?" Samuel, calmly, "Just enjoying the morning, officer. Feeding the birds." Ricks, mocking, "Feeding birds? This is public property. You people think you can just squat wherever you want." Samuel glanced up, unbothered, and offered a polite nod. Samuel didn't realize sitting on a bench was against the law. Ricks, snapping, "Don't get smart with me. Let's see some ID." Samuel, "I'm not carrying any. Don't exactly have a wallet on me these days." Rick's eyes narrowed. "Ricks, figures. Probably have a record a mile long. Stand up, hands where I can see them." Nearby park-goers began to watch, whispering. Samuel slowly rose, hands visible, his voice still calm. Samuel, "Officer, I'm not causing trouble. Just want to finish my coffee." Ricks, shoving Samuel, "You'll finish it downtown. Turn around. You're under arrest for loitering and resisting instructions." Ricks roughly cuffed Samuel, while ignoring murmurs from witnesses. Samuel winced but didn't resist. Samuel, quietly, "Is this how you treat everyone who looks like me?" Ricks, mocking laugh. "If they're trouble, yeah, you people never change." A young mother nearby gasped. A jogger pulled out a phone to record. Samuel noticed but said nothing. Instead, he studied Ricks carefully, memorizing every word. As Ricks shoved him toward the patrol car, Samuel spoke softly. "Samuel, you're making a mistake, officer. A big one." Ricks, smirking, "The only mistake was letting you wander around this park. You'll thank me for a warm cell and real food." At the precinct, other officers watched curiously as Ricks dragged Samuel through booking. Officer Maria Lopez, known for her fairness, frowned. "Lopez, what's this about?" Ricks, "Caught this bum causing trouble in the park. Might be a wanted guy. He wouldn't show ID." Samuel, "I was sitting, reading. That's all." Ricks, snapping quiet. Lopez's eyes lingered on Samuel, sensing something different about him. But she stayed silent as Ricks locked him in holding. In the cell, Samuel sat on a metal bench, wrist sore. A younger homeless man, also detained, whispered, "Young man, you all right, old-timer?" Samuel, smiling faintly, "I've seen worse. Truth has a way of finding daylight." Samuel leaned back, thinking about the department he now led, realizing how deeply broken some officers' attitudes were. This undercover mission was meant to uncover corruption quietly. But now, it had escalated faster than planned. Officer Ricks strutted into the report room, already boasting to fellow Officer Mitch Carter about the homeless arrest. "Mitch, you sure that was necessary, Dan?" The guy looked harmless. Ricks, shrugging, "Trust me, Mitch. I've been doing this for 10 years. These street rats always have warrants or drugs." Mitch, "Still, you could have just talked to him." Ricks, snapping, "I don't get paid to chat. I keep this city clean." In the corner, Officer Lopez overheard. her jaw tightening. She quietly sent a message to Captain Elaine Monroe, the precinct commander. "We've got another profiling incident. Need your eyes on this one." Hours later, Ricks entered the interrogation room where Samuel sat calmly, still cuffed. A flickering fluorescent light buzzed overhead. "Ricks. All right, old man, let's make this easy. Tell me where you sleep, who you're working with, and what you're really doing in that park." "Samuel, I told you already. I was feeding birds." Ricks, slamming table, cut the act. "Guys like you, homeless, wandering, always stealing, always up to no good." Samuel, quietly, "and officers like you, always convinced without proof." Ricks leaned in, furious. "Ricks, don't test me. I can make your life a nightmare." Samuel, steady gaze, "You already have, but I won't fight you, because soon you'll see exactly who I am." Ricks sneered and stormed out, convinced the man was delusional. Captain Monroe entered the precinct unexpectedly, a tall, commanding black woman in her 50s, known for integrity. The room hushed as she walked in. "Monroe, I heard we have a homeless man in custody from Riverside Park." "Who brought him in?" Ricks, confident, "That was me, Captain. He was loitering, refused ID." Monroe, "Any drugs? Weapons?" Ricks, "Not yet, but I know he's hiding something." Monroe, stern, "Show me the arrest report." As she scanned it, her brow furrowed. It lacked probable cause and proper procedure. Monroe ordered Samuel to be brought into her office. When Samuel walked in, hands cuffed, Monroe froze for a split second, but quickly mastered her expression. Monroe, "Sir, may I see your hands?" Samuel extended his hands, showing restrained wrists. Monroe, "Remove those cuffs immediately," she ordered the nearby guard. Ricks scoffed. "Ricks, Captain, with all due respect, disguise." Monroe, cutting him off quiet. She walked around Samuel, her voice lowering but firm. "Monroe, Chief Carter, I didn't expect your undercover operation to land you here like this." The room went silent. Rick's face was drained of color. Samuel gave a slow, calm nod, rubbing his wrists. "Samuel, didn't expect my own officers to treat me like a criminal either, but maybe that's exactly what I needed to see." Gasps filled the room. Monroe's voice sharpened. "Monroe, you've just arrested the newly appointed police chief of the city, without cause, without respect, and with clear bias." Rick stumbled backward, words failing him. "Ricks, see, Chief? I didn't." "Samuel, firmly you didn't know. And that's the problem, officer. You saw an old homeless man and decided I was worthless." Monroe called an immediate emergency meeting in the main briefing room. All precinct staff gathered, buzzing with whispers. Samuel walked in, not in ragged clothes now, but wearing the police chief's uniform, badge glinting under the lights. The room fell silent. Samuel addressed them, voice steady but carrying weight. "Samuel, yesterday, I went undercover to understand our city's most vulnerable. This morning, I was arrested by one of our own, not because I broke a law, but because of how I looked. This is not policing. This is prejudice." Officers shifted uncomfortably. Some lowered their eyes in shame. Samuel called Ricks forward. "Samuel, Officer Ricks, explain to everyone why you arrested me." Ricks, stammering, "I thought you matched a suspect, and you wouldn't show ID." Samuel, "A suspect you couldn't describe, and you escalated, cuffed, and humiliated me in front of citizens. Do you call that serving and protecting?" Rick's silence spoke louder than words. Monroe stepped forward, voice resolute. "Monroe, effective immediately, Officer Ricks is placed on suspension pending a full internal investigation for misconduct, profiling, and abuse of authority." Samuel nodded in agreement. "Samuel, this department will change, starting today." The following morning, a special session was held at the precinct conference room. Members of Internal Affairs, Senior Captains Monroe, and Chief Samuel Carter sat around a long table. Officer Ricks entered, looking exhausted and visibly shaken. The atmosphere was tense. The department's future hung in the balance. Internal Affairs Officer. Officer Ricks, yesterday you unlawfully arrested Chief Carter while he was undercover. Do you understand the gravity of your actions? Ricks, voice trembling. Yes, sir. Internal Affairs Officer. Explain your reasoning. Ricks, I saw a homeless man in the park. He looked out of place suspicious. I believe I was doing my job. Samuel, your job is to protect and serve, not profile and humiliate. Would you have done the same if I were white, clean-shaven, in a suit? Ricks, hesitating. I don't know. Samuel, that's the problem. You should know. Fair treatment shouldn't depend on appearances. After hours of reviewing reports, body cam footage, and witness statements, Internal Affairs concluded Ricks had no probable cause. His conduct showed a repeated pattern of bias in past complaints. Captain Monroe announced the decision. Monroe, Officer Daniel Ricks is hereby terminated from his position, effective immediately. Ricks buried his face in his hands, shame washing over him. Later that afternoon, Samuel stood before every officer in the precinct. Cameras from local news outlets captured the moment. This was more than a personnel issue. It was a public reckoning. Samuel, yesterday, I witnessed firsthand the cracks in our system. One man's prejudice humiliated another citizen. But this is not just one man's failure. It's ours as a department. Change is coming. Starting now, mandatory anti-bias and de-escalation training for all officers, new community engagement programs, body cam reviews every quarter. We don't wear this badge to bully or judge. We wear it to ensure every person, rich or poor, homeless or CEO, is treated with dignity. Applause broke out, not from obligation, but genuine support. Officers who had stayed silent for years felt hope for change. As Ricks packed his belongings in a cardboard box, Samuel quietly entered his office. Samuel, Daniel, I'm not here to gloat. Ricks, avoiding eye contact. You have every right to. I ruined my life in one day. Samuel, no, your actions did, but endings can be beginnings. Ricks, I don't deserve a beginning. Samuel, then learn, face your bias, become better. One day, maybe you'll serve again, with honor this time. Ricks nodded silently, tears in his eyes, and left the precinct. Weeks later, Samuel returned to Riverside Park, this time openly as police chief, uniformed, with Monroe and several officers beside him. They visited a homeless shelter nearby. An elderly veteran approached, surprised to see the chief himself handing out meals. Veteran, you're the chief? What are you doing here? Samuel, smiling, listening, learning, making sure our police never treat you the way I was treated. Officers joined in, listening to residents' stories of harassment and fear. The walls between police and community began to crack, not with force, but compassion. Under the city hall steps, Samuel addressed the press and city residents. Samuel, weeks ago, I went undercover to see the streets as our homeless see them. I was arrested by my own officer, not because of crime, but because of prejudice. That day revealed the truth. We can't protect a city if we fear its people. We can't call ourselves just if we judge before we listen. Today, we begin anew. This department will stand for fairness, dignity, and change. To anyone who feels unseen or unwanted by law enforcement, know this. We see you now, and we will do better. The crowd erupted in applause. Reporters captured every word. The moment became a turning point in the city's history. That evening, Samuel returned to the same bench in Riverside Park. The pigeons fluttered back to his side. Just as before, Monroe joined him, handing him a cup of coffee. Monroe, quite a speech today. Samuel, smiling, not a speech, a promise. Monroe, think they'll believe it? Samuel, only if we prove it, every single day. The camera panned out. Samuel and Monroe sitting among citizens, no longer separated by uniform or title, but united in purpose.